Welcome to part 2 of my CD collection as of December 2014. And we were just talking about the Bob Dylan Bootleg Series Volume 4, Bob Dylan Live 1966. It's interesting that they didn't release these concerts kind of in this type of order as to, from earliest to newest. From earliest to, to his more recent stuff. So, but the booklets of these are really cool. You have photos taken at the time of this concert, pretty much in this, the 65, 66 era. Very interesting photos with him and Joan Baez and the later, live stuff. I think they need to release some more of these. I'm sure that Columbia Records has some more live stuff from Dylan lying around in their vaults. So, I think this was released on vinyl as well. I saw it in my shop, up on the wall. They really take advantage of all the space in their record stores. In the record store. But this is Bootleg Series Volume 5, Bob Dylan Live 1975, the Rolling Thunder Review. Really cool tour. I think by this time he was probably heavy into, I think, maybe cocaine or something. He was starting to lose his voice at this point. But he does do some songs with Joan Baez as well as on the 1964 live CD set I just showed in the other part. But once again, really interesting booklet here. Each of this official bootleg series comes with a really interesting booklet with photos taken at the times of the concerts or movie soundtracks, what have you. Really interesting stuff, recorded very well. But in this set, Dylan really changes his songs. I think he would change the the tempo of the song or how he sings it each time he played it live. So each time it'd be a different experience for the audience. And I think that's really interesting. Some people don't see it as a good thing, but I do. Here is Neil Young's Greatest Hits. Lynyrd Skynyrd 30th anniversary collection, limited edition. I think this really was limited edition because I don't see it in the stores anymore. I see another greatest hits of theirs, and it has all their great, best tunes. I think they only omitted like one. They left out one. So this came out by Universal Records. I think the cover is the actual slip cover, and that's a photo of the band. Haven't really seen this around anymore, and it actually goes for almost collector's prices, which is really interesting to me. Smashing Pumpkins, Greatest Hits. I think they called this Rotten Apples or something. Sublime's 10th anniversary of edition of and deluxe edition of their debut album, or their self-titled album. I'm sorry, and this was their best-selling album. The original edition was. I think that only it came out on vinyl. Originally on vinyl, cassette, and CD. This just has some alternate takes. One alternate take of a song with original lyrics actually put back into the mix, and some remixes. I think maybe, some alternate and acoustics versions of songs. Moving right along into the S's. Here is Sepultura's Roots, I think it's the Roadrunner 25 Years of Rock edition. So maybe this is the 10th anniversary edition, I forget, but it has just an extra booklet and a booklet with new photos taken around the time of the recording. Sepultura's Curious AD, Stain's Dysfunction. I used to have Break the Cycle, but got rid of it, unfortunately. Bob Dylan's Legend. Bob Marley's Legend. And this is his best, one of his best greatest hits. I think there may be one other one out there, but this was recently re-released with an extra song or two, as well as a remixed version, which is pretty poor in my opinion. I don't like it at all. Bob Marley's Survival album. George Carlin, A Place for My Stuff. Red Hot Chili Peppers' Greatest Hits. Nine Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine. This is the Bicycle reissue put out in 2010. Nine Inch Nails Broken. This is the original 1992 EP on the CD. This the 1 CD edition, that is. Dual disc edition of The Downward Spiral. Includes a stereo mix in high definition audio or high resolution audio and 5.1. I think it even has music videos from the Closer and a live edition of March of the Pigs and a live edition of Hurt, which is great. Super audio edition of The Downward Spiral includes stereo editions of each of these, as well as the stereo and a 5.1 mix of the original album, and remixes, B-sides, demos, and non-album tracks on disc 2. I think that's only in stereo. It's not in high resolution that I know of. And I don't know why this wasn't included. Okay. Halo 13, Nine Inch Nails, The Day the Whole World Went Away. This is just a single. Bought this brand new online not all that long ago. And All That Could Have Been, or otherwise known as Still. Just some non-album tracks off the Fragile. And the Fragile CD is actually in my car. 2 CD edition, just regular, you know. Here's Things Falling Apart. I think this might be an original copy. And they reissued it in 2007. So that's really cool. This is some stuff that didn't make it to the actual album, which I really enjoyed as a whole. Here is just the stereo edition of With Teeth. There was another edition that came out. I think the CD would change color supposedly, and there's a 5.1 mix of the album on there. Here is Ghosts. I think there's only like 3 different versions of this album. This edition, which is the 2 CD standard, a Blu-ray signed by Trent Reznor with high resolution audio and a 5.1 mix, as well as still images from this album that are included online. That goes for big bucks. And then there's just a regular edition of that, unsigned. And then there's the vinyl edition. Slipknot's first album. I think this is like the 2000 and... Let's see here. The 2000 reissue of the album with just with some tracks that didn't make it to the actual album. This is not the 2010 reissue, which this I bought way, about 5 years before that came out. Their second album, Iowa. Heavily used copy. Trading Company card, I gotta use that. Here is Primus's Frizzle and Fry. I think this is the reissue. Not entirely sure. And here is, I think, an original of Pork Soda, I believe. Maybe the reissue. It's hard to tell. Let's cut to part 3. A special edition of Radiohead's Hail to the Thief. Comes with a fold-out booklet. The CD is housed in paper here. I guess I left it in there. Here is Marilyn Manson's Antichrist Superstar, original release. Really great album. Really enjoy it. This is the only album I have on CD currently by the guy. Deftones B-Sides and Rarities. In a hard book-like material. Radiohead's The Bends, 2 CD edition. I did want to get the 3 CD editions of these, but didn't get them. And meet me over in part 2.